Family Watch, where we bring you meaningful Catholic conversations on marriage, parenting, and family culture. Ako si Manja Mendoza ng EduChild Foundation, ang inyong host. Kasama natin ang aking co-host na si Lennon Ramirez.
Thank you so much, Manjo. At Family Watch, we believe that the path to the renewal of society and transformation of the church begins in and through the family by strengthening marriages, empowering parents, and bringing families closer to Christ. Happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to the 21st episode, Family Watchers.
Happy Easter, dear parents and teachers, especially those with children or students born between 1997 and 2012. Sa kasalukuyan, sila ay 9 to 24 years old ngayong 2021. So this episode is for you, dear parents. Ang Generation Z ay may sariling pag-iisip at paraan ng pagsasalita na dapat nating maunawaan. Kaya naman ang topic natin ngayon ay Generation Z Views on Love and Courtship, a guide for parents. So today also, we turn the tables on my Gen Z co-host. Yes, Gen Z po itong si Lennon, batang-bata ito.
Maaga na bulok.
Who sits in as guest today. Si Lennon ay instructor ng Theology of the Body. He is also a trustee of Pro-Life Philippines. He is a musician and a youth formation advocate.
Thank you so much, Manjo. You have no idea kung gaano ako kasaya na nandito ako sa show mo ngayon. Lagi kitang pinapanood. Napakagaling. Lalo na yung co-host mo na si Lennon din. Gwapo nun.
Sige, Mr. Guapo. Can you please do the honor of introducing our resource person?
Yes, it would be such an honor. So our other guest is a young lady who is a licensed professional teacher who graduated as cum laude from the University of Santo Tomas. She is currently taking her MA in clinical psychology at the same university, and she volunteers with the Tomasian Mental Health Responders who give pro bono psychological first aid to anyone in need of mental health services at this time of pandemic. She is also one of my good friends, and I've met her when I was in high school with such a beautiful voice.
She's often invited as a speaker for mental health awareness at schools. So aside from teaching, she's also a professional theater actress and singer and a host for various events in the country. So welcome to Family Watch, Miss Clare Jeronima Borja.
Hello! Happy Easter! Isang mapagpala at makabuluhang buhay sa ating lahat. Hello, Tito Manjo, and hello, Lennon. Maraming salamat po sa pag-imbita sa akin dito sa inyong napakagandang show.
Ayan, so dalawa yung ating guests ngayon, mga kaibigan. No? So meron tayong gentleman's point of view, of course, the women's point of view. And in understanding a certain subculture like Generation Z, it's important to learn their language, dear parents. So I picked up some Gen Z buzzwords na hindi ko masyadong maintindihan that I will ask Lennon and Clare to explain alternately. Okay? So we just do it this quickly para madagdagan ang aming vocabulary, mga parents and teachers. So number one word, scene zone. Lennon.
Well, scene zone, yan yung, okay, kunyari, nag-chat ako sa'yo, Manjo. Tinignan mo lang yung message ko, hindi ka nag-reply. Yan ang scene zone. At napakasakit niyan pagka ikaw ay may gusto sa isang babae, tapos minessage mo siya, hindi ka nireplyan. Scene zone lang.
Parang inisnab lang. Okay, so friend zone. Claire, ano yung friend zone?
Friend zone, just friends. Hanggang dun lang, wala nang iba pa.
Okay. Lennon, how about ghosting?
Ghosting, akala mo may mangyayari, umaasa na ako na may mangyayari sa amin, biglang hindi na niya ako pinansin after.
So wala palang kinalaman sa Halloween yan. Okay, Claire, the next word is ninja.
Ninja. Fast move or smooth move ng mga pormahan. Suwabe.
Okay. Ito, Lennon, bagay na word sa ito. Clowning. Ano ba yun?
Thank you. Actually, hindi ko masyado sure yung clowning, pero ang alam ko, yan yung tipong lagi ka na pagtatawanan ng mga kaibigan ng jowa mo o ng kinokort mo, kumbaga. Na ikaw yung parang last clown, ikaw yung last topic nila palagi.
Okay, Claire. Next word is simping. S-I-M-P-I-N-G.
dagdag ko lang sa clowning, ito yung
Sige.
kunyari nag-break kayo tapos binalikan mo ulit yung boyfriend or girlfriend mo para kang nagpapatawa. Ayan. So,
Hindi ka
yes,
sure.
yun
Pala
ang
yun.
clowning.
Okay.
Yes. Ang
Sige.
simping po.
Simping.
Yes, ang simping. Parang one way lang. Masyado mong binibigay yung lahat para sa isang tao na yun. Pero ikaw lang yung kumikilos, no? Walang take back. Walang ROI,
Okay.
return
It's
of
one-sided.
investment.
Okay. So, Lennon, the
Yes.
next phrase is slide into their DMs.
Sliding into their direct message yung DM para sa mga hindi
Okay.
nakakalaman. No? So ito yung bigla ang i-message mo sila na, hi po, bigla. Ano, so sliding into your DM, no? Bigla mag-message at magpapakita sa messages
Mhm.
mo.
Okay, Claire, the next word is the struggle is real.
Struggle is real. It means emphasizing the hardships or difficulties, no? Masyado kang nag-emphasize sa lahat ng paghihirap. Struggle is real.
Okay. Okay, the next
Mhm.
word is triggered.
Triggered? Ano yun? Yan ang triggered. Yung mga salita na alam mong maiinis yung isang tao pagka sinabi mo yun. No? So yung mga trigger topics, like for example, ako, thesis, ano? Mga ganong moments.
Okay. Sige. Claire, the next phrase is sorry, not sorry.
Not sincere at all, ano. Pag sinabi mong sorry, pero hindi ka naman talaga sorry, no? Kaya sorry, not sorry. No sincerity, no, for asking forgiveness.
All right.
Okay.
Lennon, the last
Mhm.
word is tea. Cha?
Tea, cup of tea, what happens during tea sessions? Chika minute. Yan, yung mga
So
gossip
parang,
stories natin. Just
okay.
spill the tea. Now instead of beans, spill the
Okay.
tea. Yeah.
Let me move on. May question ako kasi I have 5 Gen Z children, okay? And they're not so active on Facebook. I don't see their posts. So why are they not active on Facebook? And ano bang platforms ang gamit ng mga to?
Ladies first.
Twitter, IG, no, or Instagram. All right. Ano
Yes.
pa ba, Lennon?
Well, actually, in my experience, ako din di na ako madalas na sa Facebook. Simply because ayoko ng
Correct.
content na nandoon palagi. Araming, for me, negative. No? So, practice na rin ngayon na nakikita ko na nagiging trend siya sa mga Gen Z na I'll just block FB muna. Na let's just, I forget the term, pero yung parang iwas muna sa Facebook, mag-deactivate ka muna. And then, balik ka na lang
Facebook
mamaya.
fasting.
Ngayon lumilit.
Yeah,
Yun.
sinabi ko, fasting, yeah. Especially itong
Fasting sa Facebook.
Lenten season. Marami akong friends din na matatanda, pero nag-fast sila. Pero bumalik na sila ulit ngayon eh.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Kasi pero kami, I don't know about you, Claire, pero ako, more on Instagram na ako and YouTube ngayon. No, something that is
I
more
see.
modern, I think, in my perspective. Facebook kasi so generic na rin eh.
How
But that's
about
my
TikTok?
perspective.
Yes.
Ang Gen Z ba ma-TikTok?
It's fun.
Yes, sobra. Tito Manjo, very rampant ang paggamit ngayon ng TikTok, no? Hindi lang actually ng Gen Z, no? Pati millennials, no? Pati yung mga pare, mga madre, nagti-TikTok na rin to spread our faith, our Catholic
Okay.
faith, ano? Mas madaming tayong na natutulungan dahil dito sa TikTok din. Ano?
I
And
think the
pros and
struggle
cons, of
here-
course, but let's focus on
Right.
the pros, right?
Yes.
Sinasabi nyo,
I think-
hindi active yung Gen Z sa Facebook kasi toxic, ganun ba?
Well, more of the attention span din eh. I mean, in Facebook, you just scroll. When you're watching videos on YouTube, on Instagram, when you're watching stories, or TikTok, it keeps your mind active. No? Especially ngayon na pandemic, it's the same thing over and over. TikTok gives you a breath of fresh air on what's happening na hindi toxic, na hindi puro bad news, but that's something that will actually make you smile. Na matatawa ka.
May napulot ako eh.
Yeah.
Yung phenomena na compare and despair is so rampant daw. I mean, on social media.
That's right.
Saang
That's
platforms nangyayari yan? Kasi very prone ang mga kabataan sa ganong feelings, di ba?
That's right.
Yes,
Well, maybe Claire would be able to answer this better than me.
Siyempre, psychologist yan.
Actually, oo, madami kaming cases na ganyan dahil sa social media, no, excessive use of social media, it affects your self-esteem, no? As a Gen Z, as a person, ang hirap kasi parang you are comparing yourself to the successes of other people and then you disregard your own achievements, your own little successes in life. Napakahirap noon kasi 'di ba? You're striving, 'di ba? You're doing your best to live your life, but then you see someone else, no, striving more than you compare yourself just because of seeing their pictures, their videos,
Mm-mm.
diba? Their
Yes.
relationship. No, it really is a difficult phase for these people. No.
Anong advice mo, Claire? I'm sure may na-encounter ka niyan sa Tomasian mental health responders, ang ganyang cases. What do you advise the kids?
Mm. Well, anything that is in excess, ano, we don't really say that it's an advice, no. In psychology, I think I remember my professor said we don't give advices, we give suggestions, no, educational suggestions to people. Kasi malalagay tayo sa panganib pag sinabing advice, ano.
Mhm.
Kaya ito ay option lamang sa ating mga kabataan, sa ating listeners, no, dito sa ating channel na no, anything that is in excess, ang paggamit mo ng social media, ang sobra-sobra mong pagtingin sa buhay ng iba, no, without appreciating your life right now, no, ayun ang delikado, no. Dapat mag-strive tayo ng balance, no. Alam natin kung saan yung limitation natin, no, sa paggamit ng mga ganitong social media platform para hindi siya maging uh, dilubyo sa ating buhay, ano,
Mhm.
magiging
Mhm.
isang malaking balakid para tayo mag-succeed. Gamitin natin to para mapalakas ang ating mga sarili. Di ba
Mm-mm.
po?
Mm-mm.
Very good. Very good.
Ayun.
Okay. So, ang next question ko is, how do Gen Zs meet other young people nowadays? I mean, let's talk about two scenarios. Pre-pandemic when life was pretty normal, and then sa kasalukuyan na nakakulong tayo sa bahay. Pwede niyo paghatian yung tanong kung gusto niyo.
O
Pre-pandemic
go,
and
Lennon.
present.
Sige. Common stories na naririnig ko, even pre-pandemic, no? Pero mas common na siya now, aside from the dating apps. Ah. Sorry, nakaught ako off guard. Aside from
Would you
them,
like to name these apps without incriminating yourself, Lennon?
yeah,
Sige,
so
alam ko naman, alam mo yan eh.
ayoko baka isipin sinusponsor natin sila eh. Pero these dating apps na are not necessarily evil in themselves. No, let's put that distinction then, because I know couples who met in these dating apps that actually have the same values, etc. They were just looking for people to meet, no? Pero ang common trend na nakikita ko ngayon, pre-pandemic and during pandemic, na effective is friends of friends. Friends of friends.
Friends of
Because
friends.
unang-una, for example, ako, no, i-pair ko si Claire with a friend of mine. No, I know Claire already, her tendencies, and kung ano ang gusto niya rin sa guy. Just saying this, ha? And then this guy probably fits that description, and alam ko rin yung tendencies niya, alam ko rin kung anong gusto niya, and medyo match sila. Why not? Why not? So I bring them to a party, mga ganon. So that's where they meet. That's usually the trend. Or sometimes it's just the hangouts na biglang nagkakilala tong dalawang tao na, hello, maybe this can work. Something like that.
Okay. Hindi, pre-pandemic yon, di ba? Yung papakilala mo, ganyan. Parang formal yon.
Reto
But
program.
sa ngayon, paano?
Pero ngayon, ang nakikita ko, and this is actually a good trend, no? Invite kita sa rosary. Yeah. Invite kita sa rosary or sa
Diba style mo?
Ang daming stories. Hindi, I mean, yung mga friends ko na nagkukwento na, yung mga group of friends biglang nag-invite ng other friends. So, etong dalawang taong to na hindi magkakilala in the first place, biglang nagkakilala because of that Zoom encounter na nagdadasal pala sila or something like
Para
that.
may common values na.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
Some in TikTok.
Ikaw, Claire, do you have anything to add?
I think nung pre-pandemic, I agree with Lennon, ano, yun yung tinatawag na parang reto program, no? Ire-reto kita sa kilala ko, di ba? I think kahit nung unang panahon, uso na yung reto program, meron pa nga mga fix naman, di ba? O, di ba? Ngayon naman, ng pandemic, I think
Panahon
rampant.
ko, uso na yun. Panahon pa na magulang ko, uso na
Talaga,
yun.
Tito Manjo.
Oo.
O, di ba?
Ayun
Yung
naman pala.
papakilala kita sa anak ni ganito, ha? O,
Okay.
kasi ano yan, o, di ba? Right? So, ngayong pandemic, napakahirap pumorma. Tama ba, Lennon? Ang hirap, ano?
Yes.
Ang hirap
Hirap
makipag-communicate. Sobra. Kahit sa friends nga lang namin, Tito Manjo, ang hirap alam mo yun, iba pa rin yung face-to-face na makikipag-drink ng coffee with your friends, you know, dine out with them, ano. Ngayon, I think this pandemic, uso ngayon, alam mo yung Omegle, basta yung ganong streaming apps,
Yes.
Kumu. I'm also a part of Kumu, no? Nagla-livestream ako. I share my music there. No, doon nagme-meet ang mga tao ngayon. They share gifts while you are performing as well. Di ba
Ah,
ba? Bigo. Napakadami, Tito Manjo. Ang
dami
daming
pala,
pwede
no?
mag-meet. Here at Zoom as well.
I think
Yes,
even
yes.
Reddit
Madami.
na eh. I think I've heard of stories sa
Reddit.
Reddit eh.
Really, really? Oh, di ba? May mga nabubuong pagmamahalan.
Lahat ng sinasabi niyo sa ngayon, hindi ko pa narinig. Eh. First time ko narinig. So I'm
Yes.
sure
Ito, Manjo.
this is so educational for parents. Makinig kayo,
Yes.
makinig tayo. Ano pa
Meron
yon,
ding
Lennon?
relationships
Streaming
na na-form
apps.
sa Mobile Legends.
Ano?
May mga
Oh,
relationships
yes.
na
That's
na-form
that's
sa
correct.
Mobile Legends. You know, or
I
kung ano
agree.
mang game. PUBG o kung ano man.
PUBG.
So they meet
Yeah,
just sa mga
ROS, the
gamers
rules
yan.
of survival.
Yeah.
Fellow
Yes,
gamers.
so gaming.
Oh. So
Gaming.
common interest pa rin, ano? It's like, in your case, Claire, yung
Yes,
music,
yes,
no,
yes.
meron ng gaming pala.
Yes, may
Okay.
gaming.
Ano ba nangyayari doon sa mga Zoom dates tsaka
Mhm.
Netflix parties na sinasabi? Narinig ko lang to sa mga anak ko eh. Kaya hindi naman nila pinaliwanag sa akin. So kayo na magpaliwanag
Lumalabas
sa
na
akin.
yung edad natin.
That's the generation gap.
Okay, what?
Hindi naman
There you go.
dito.
Kaya nga,
Siguro
we're-
ako kasi personally, Tito Manjo, hindi ko talaga na-experience yung madalas na Zoom Zoom or Netflix parties, ano. Probably because yung mga kaedad ko din ay busy na rin sa kanilang careers,
Mhm.
ano, kaya hindi na rin kami masyadong nagkikita online as well, no. But we still understand each other, no, kahit pa
Yeah.
ganun na hindi nagkikita.
Yeah.
May mga low maintenance friends tayong
Friendship.
tinatawag,
Yes, that's
no.
the term I would call
Right?
it. Yes.
Explain nyo nga, ano
Pero
yung
may
low
mga-
maintenance friends? You don't see each other, but you still remain friends. Ganun?
Yeah. But you still believe in each other, you know, presence, na kahit wala siya doon lagi, alam niyo sa isa't isa na magkaibigan pa rin
Mm-mm.
kayo, di ba? Parang kami nila, no, low maintenance friends, na pagkikita, we know each other, right? How many years na
Yes.
pero still good friends.
Yeah.
Diba? Ganon.
Yeah.
So sa
It-
mga
it-
Netflix parties, yung karamihan magjowa, ano, ayan, nanonood sila ng mga Netflix together, ganon, Tito. Nagde-date sila online, sabay nilang pinapanood yung movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
With
ang
matching
mga
popcorn, ganun.
usually, depende. Minsan hotdog yung kasama eh, or something.
Okay.
No, pero usually pagka Zoom,
Wine.
no, it's a substitute to dating talaga, na physical dating kumbaga, no, na since hindi namin kaya magkita ngayon, no, sa Parañaque o kung nasan man, ako na Zambales ako, Zoom na lang.
Yeah.
Hindi siya yung perfect experience na gusto ko, pero it's something that we can do at the moment.
Yeah.
At the
Given
moment,
the
it can
limitations of
compromise.
travel
Yes.
and all, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what
Correct.
happens in Zoom dates? Ang dami. Minsan naglalaro. May mga kaibigan ako, naglalaro kami chess. Merong games na guess the movie with the emojis o kung anong party man yan. Nung Halloween, dress up kahit nasa bahay ka lang, kahit mukha kang kung ano man.
Nice.
Ayan. Tapos, yeah, it's just bonding din. Eh, no? Gusto ko yung point ni Claire because nasasabi natin na ang friendship is not just about the amount of times I text you or I chat you. No, the true friendship really stays there kahit hindi kayo masyadong nag-uusap. At the end of the day, alam mong nandyan siya para sa'yo at nandyan ka rin para sa kanya.
Yes.
Let me just go back a bit kasi may na-miss out akong itanong kanina. Ano yung
Go ahead.
disadvantages ng meeting someone online? Kasi parang sabi nyo, you still prefer yung like face-to-face interaction. But who doesn't, hindi ba? Pero ano
Yes,
yung downside
yes.
ng meeting people online, meeting strangers online?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you
I
tell
guess
me?
the downside is in the name in itself, meeting strangers online. You don't know the person in the first place, hindi ka nareto, you don't know about the credibility of this person. Kumbaga. No? So, nakakatakot.
No, but somebody who was
don't-
introduced to you online din, ng friend mo. Kung may
Ah.
common friend kayo, in-introduce kayo online, but you don't see each
Mhm,
other. Parang online lang kayo nagkikita. So anong
Yes,
anong downside nun?
Still, tayo kasi tao tayo eh. No? Depende rin sa love language mo eh. No? Kung gusto mo ng touch or kung gusto mo makarinig ng words of affirmation, iba din eh. Ako words of affirmation ako. But I seriously prefer words of affirmation said in front of me. Not through Zoom, no? Yung mga ganung bagay. Pero for now, I guess the downside to it is you really have to set your boundaries and your limits, no? At saka yung foundation ng relationship, because eto muna tayo ngayon, nagdudusa. Walang nagsasaya ngayon, no? Lahat tayo nagdudusa ngayon.
Oo.
Pero kakayanin ba natin? So I guess more than just a downside, it's actually a good thing na to see if you both can persevere this relationship kahit Zoom muna tayo ngayon, given the pandemic, given the ECQ. Or
Let's hear from a female perspective. Ano yung disadvantage nun?
I think the disadvantage of online dating or meeting is yung hindi mo nakikita yung non-verbal
Right.
language of the person you are dealing with, right? You are transacting with, diba? Every conversation, it's like a transaction
Yes.
between two people, right?
Yes.
So you wanna be sure about if this person is saying what he is meaning to say, diba?
Yes.
Via
Yes.
non-verbal cues, no? Ano ba 'to, yung body language ba niya? Open ba talaga siya mag-share or trying hard lang mag-share? No?
Mhm.
Is it really true what this person is actually telling me? 'Di ba pinagpapawisan ba siya pag kinukuwento niya yung previous relationships niya? Ano ba yung totoo? 'Di ba? So gusto mong makita yon in person. Yun yung I think disadvantage ng online meeting or dates or
Mhm.
getting to know each other, because you cannot see the non-verbal cues, yung mga actions
Okay,
po ng
okay.
ating
Right.
nagawa.
In short, hindi makita kung
Opo.
sincere yung tao, hindi ba?
Yeah.
My language,
Yes,
yung
yes.
sinceridad hindi mo nababasa. No? So,
Tama.
ano ba hinahanap ng mga... Okay, ito magkaibang tanong para sa inyo, Claire. Ano ba hinahanap ng mga Gen Z females sa kanilang mga kaibigan na prospective or yung mga palagay mo nanliligaw?
Ako ba muna, Lennon?
Yes.
Okay, ladies first.
Sige. I think ngayong panahon na yun, hindi rin naman magkakaiba sa dating henerasyon, no, Tito Manjo. I think we all strive to have a partner, who is faithful, right? Yun yung isa sa qualities na hinahanap natin, di ba? Ayaw mo naman na marami kayo, di ba?
Siyempre naman.
Di ba? So, yung honesty, yung dedication, respect, of course, dapat God-fearing. As much as possible, humanap ka ng kapara mo ng iyong pananampalataya. Ayan ang isa sa pinaka hinahanap ko, no? Hindi man ako representative ng maraming babae, Tito Manjo. I'm very sad to say, no, marami din ang mga kababaihan na hindi na ganun katibay ang pananampalataya. Kaya ang hirap magsalita ngayon dito, pero isa sana iyan sa goal natin bilang mga kababaihan ngayong nasa Gen Z tayo, itong henerasyon, no, na sana ganun din yung maging kapartner natin, no? Malakas ang pananampalataya sa Panginoon, diba? Sa Diyos.
Oo.
Diba? Ayun.
That's well
Right.
said. Oo.
Go lang.
Tsaka hindi dapat lang, huwag tayong mahiya pag-usapan yung pananampalataya kasi faith watch ito eh.
Yes.
This is a Catholic,
Totoo.
this is a Catholic
Totoo.
channel. No?
Exactly.
So okay lang. Okay.
Exactly.
Lennon,
That's
ikaw
right.
naman. Sige. Ano ba
Okay,
hinahanap
so-
ng Gen Z sa mga liligawan nila?
Yeah, okay. So I'm 20 blank right now. Siyempre, hindi ko sabihin yung totoo, no?
Wow.
Pero based on my
Mas matanda ako sa'yo, pwede ba?
Okay, so yun. Pero based on my observations, no, because I teach Gen Z then, and iba yung perspective per year eh. Di ba? From 1997 to 2012, napatingin tuloy ako sa definition ng Gen Z.
Oo.
1997 to 2012, so ibig sabihin, iba yung perspective ko sa perspective ng, for example, 18 years old ngayon. No? Pero ang common trend na nakikita ko is not number one, not in any rank or anything, but we long for that companionship, someone that we can lean our heads with or to. No? So yun, companionship. Although nagva-vary yung definition ng companionship in my age, since ito ako ngayon, na what I'm looking for is someone that I can marry, I will marry, who will be the mother of my children. So, kumbaga,
Correct.
but at the same time, marriage is not my goal. That's a milestone. No? My end goal is still far from marriage. No? After marriage pa. No? Ito ba yung tao na makikita ko sa deathbed ko or kaya namin samahan ng isa't isa sa deathbeds namin or something like that.
Yeah.
No? Na pag tumingin ako sa nangyari sa amin, mapapaisip ako na grabe, napakaganda pala ng buhay ko. So, with this person or something like that. And at the same time, is this person leading me to God or farther away from God? Now, that's one crucial
Correct.
thing. Because, of course,
Malalim
na
naman. Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
ang daming hindi naiisip ngayon eh. At napakaganda. Ito yung mga dapat iniisip natin ngayon, lalo na pandemic. So na maraming thoughts na nasa utak natin. Let's talk about ourselves. No? What are our goals in the first place? No? Ito lang ba ako, daily life, ito yung ginagawa ko every day, ganto. Pero lagyan mo ng purpose yan, everything will make sense. That's for me. No? So when I am deciding, no, this one thing, sorry, medyo makakote ko si Father Reggie ng Manila Cathedral dito. His one homily, he says na, paano mo nalaman na siya na? Kasi nasa plano ko na siya. Yung mga ganun, nakasama na siya sa every decision-making process ko. No? So, ito yung trabaho ko para makapag-ipon ako, para this year makakapagpakasal na kami. Yung mga ganun, syempre kung okay lang din sa kanya. No, of course. Pero for me, yun yung thinking ko. I'm a guy, and I think ang pag-isip ng guy is more on solutions to every problem.
Yes.
No? Ito. Ganyan. Instead of thinking of other possibilities then. So, yun. And, pero for me, ang primary thought ko is values din. No? Kung ito yung magiging nanay ng anak ko, gusto ba niya unang-una magkaanak? Gusto ba niya mga asawa din? I mean, ngayon, ang dami ko na nakikita na ayaw mag-asawa. Yung mga ganun. Diba? So, gusto nila, companion lang talaga. So, medyo hindi ko pa na-explore yon. Pero, yun yung mga initial observations ko. No? So, mga ganun.
Yeah. Mahirap yun. I mean, to have marriage at the back of your head and not want to have kids, it's so unnatural, hindi ba? It goes the natural the course of events. I mean, the purpose also of marriage.
That's right.
Sige.
That's right.
So, papunta na tayo doon sa marriage. So, pag-usapan natin, ano ba ang Gen Z courtship rituals? Yan. Meron ba ganon? Kasi nung panahon ko, yung maakit ng ligaw, uso pa yun eh. Formal ka, papakilala ka, di ba? Hindi ka pa boyfriend, kinikilatis ka na ng pamilya. I mean, that was my time. No? Pero gusto ko maintindihan ngayon, kayo, ano bang pinagdaraanan ninyo?
Well, Claire?
Ano bang ritual ngayon, Lennon? I think, parehas pa rin naman, kailangan get to know, ideally, you get to know. Kaya ako sinabing ideally kasi 'di ba kadalasan ng lalaki ang pumuporma sa babae. Ngayon po kasi Tito Manjo, marami na rin po mga babae ang malalakas ang loob, Sila na rin ang gumagawa ng move ngayon sa kanilang napupusuan na lalaki. So hindi na siya yung parang lalaki lang lagi ang gumagalaw, But for me, personally, Tito Manjo and Lennon, I think may nakapagsabi sa akin nito, isang attorney, naka-classmate ko sa graduate school. Claire, kailangan pag may manliligaw sa'yo, make sure na mahal ka. Ikaw ang mahal na mahal. May kita mo yon sa ginagawa niya para sa'yo. Ganon. So parang, teka lang, hindi ba pwedeng ako rin yung may mas mahal na mahal sa kanya? Maiintindihan mo rin yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, Claire. So parang napatigil ako dun. Saglit lang, ano ba ibig sabihin nun? So ganon. So as time goes by, nare-realize ko na, yung ritual pala na ibig sabihin ito, kailangan, yung parang gusto mangyari ng Diyos, towards, na godly relationship. Dapat ganoon sana. Kaya lang, Tito Manjo and Lennon, ngayon, hindi rin nakakatuwa yung mga nangyayari lately kasi, di ba, ang bilis ng relasyon, Tito Manjo, ang bilis mabuo ng relasyon, wala pa isang linggo, nag-I love you na, walang label, pero sila, tapos masasaktan. Yes, 9 years old, as early as 9 years old, Tito Manjo, believe me, sinayang mo ang panahon ko sa iyo, Eduardo. Tito, maniwala ka, may ganyan. At 12 years old, magkita tayo sa ganito. Hindi ko na kaya to. Ganyan. That's real, Tito Ma. Dahil, sa technology.
Wow. Hindi, pero kaya natin kailangan gabayan yung mga magulang. Kasi nagyayari itong mga bagay na to, pero maraming magulang, they oblivious to the fact na may mga ganito talagang realidad sa kasalukuyan. So, Lennon, ano pa madadagdag mo dun sa rituals?
Ritual. Actually, napapaisip ako, ano ba yung mga ritual na ginagawa ngayon? Ano ba yung mga ritual nung time mo? Ito ba yung harana? Yung mga ganun?
Inuulit mo na naman yung harana.
Flowers,
1950s pa yung harana, Lennon.
Ang ritual para sa akin it depends kung nasa na kayo sa relationship. Because ngayon, honestly, ako nalilito din ako sa mga stages of courtship ba yun? Kung ano man tawag dyan sa relationship. Because, okay, so friends na laging magkasama, and then I love you pero walang label, tapos walang DTR, tapos biglang all of a sudden sila na. Pero lahat naman ng ginagawa nila before determines na sila na. Na yung mga I love you, ganyan. So I think ang mga ritual ngayon is really ang mga naririnig ko yung mga IG official, yung mga FB official, yung tipong pagka nag-post ka na ng photo na magkasama kayo or nag-story ka, uy, si ganito, official na, IG official na, ganyan. Tapos kung gusto mo to take it up a
You
notch,
make it public.
FB.
Yeah.
Oo, you make it public. So, doon tayo sa FB. No? Bigla, sa Facebook official na. So, now, super exclusive na.
Okay, wait.
Actually,
I hate to cut the conversation, but we're running over time. So, like I asked you before we started the episode, kung kailangan natin mag-part 2, let's do a part 2. So, I still have a lot of questions related to how parents will try to understand the Gen Zs better, but you will have to wait until 1 week from now. So, gagawa po namin kayo ng, pwede ba, Claire and Lennon? Pwede ba tayong gawa ng part 2 nito? Ituloy natin yung ating masarap na usapan.
Problem.
Of course.
No problem po. Anytime.
So, kung maging guest po ulit.
Mas masarap maging guest, ano? So, dear friends, we'd like to take a pause and read something from Amores Laetitia to give you encouragement and inspiration in this difficult time. In paragraph 119, the Pope Francis says, in family life, we need to cultivate that strength of love which can help us fight every evil threatening it. Love does not yield to resentment, scorn for others, or the desire to hurt or to gain some advantage. The Christian ideal, especially in families, is a love that never gives up.
Okay, so maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat na nanonood pa ngayon. No? If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. Kung nagustuhan nyo ang video, please give us a thumbs up. For comments on how we can improve or suggestions on what topics you would like us to cover, please type them down in the comment box below. Please know that we read all of your comments. Now, if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and see you next week. Bye!
Bye.